The night before, we could see the fire right outside of Canadian. We were just hoping they would get it out before it got here. But the day of, it was just starting to get real smoky in town, and they let the kids out early. So we got, everything together. We got them home. We sent them on to Wheeler, to my mom's house. And then I left work, Frank left work. We got a few things from the house, and then I headed towards Wheeler, and then he went to pick up his mom, and then couldn't get out of Canadian, but did end up going a different way and getting out. So.
Yeah, thankfully. Yeah, it was. I'm gonna say probably mid-morning or so. I got out to the house, and I'd went out there to turn the water sprinklers on just to try to get everything watered down good, and it was doing a good job, but eventually we ran out of power, lost electricity, but and then at that point, the smoke was getting so bad, and it was kind of more so a mandatory, I'd say, evacuation. So I went to pick Mom up, and I met her with one of the ladies that was taking care of her at the assisted living. Actually, she had just pulled up there to meet me, and they shut the highway down right behind her, and so had to turn around and go back out. Luckily, I knew the way out through the country, and we went that way and made it to Wheeler. We were there for a little bit, and then got evacuated from Wheeler. So we went to our brother's place in Wellington after that.
And when we were in Wheeler, we made the mistake of looking at our cameras, and we saw hay on fire and the doghouse on fire. So we told the kids, and we knew. I didn't even call 911 because the firefighters, they can only do so much. So.
Yeah, I've got a couple of buddies on the fire department too. Being a small community, and there was nothing they could do. They were busy elsewhere trying to keep it off town and all. So, that it wasn't that bad, honestly. I guess it really hadn't hit me at that point yet, and so it wasn't that bad. But seeing the video of the the stuff on fire,
helpless feeling.
How do you do it?
Yeah. We just showed them because we didn't want to keep it from them, So. Where I went. Yeah, so I work at Mesa View Senior Living, which is part of the hospital district, and we have 40 some odd residents. I just stayed there and made sure I went through the rooms and made sure we got everybody out. We had to get the churches to help with the vans and things to load the resident, so we'd have transportation out of Canadian, but we had our nurses are heroes, and CNAs, because they got all of them out of here safely. Nobody was hurt because that fire came right there by Mesa View Senior Living. So they're the heroes. They stayed with them. They went to Pampa, and then they decided to evacuate Pampa because it got bad there. So they went on to Amarillo through Clarendon. So it was a long night for all of them, but they're heroes for sure.
Several in the community. I mean, the town of Canadian has been great. Mm-hmm. Yep.
And just people that we don't know, just Amarillo, just people from different towns, around Canadian.
Does this experience change the way you see this community, or you knew before that's how it is?
We knew it was a loving community before, but that just solidifies it.
Mm-hmm. We stayed in Wellington that night that we knew the house was gone at my brother's. We came back the next day around noon or something with the kids, and it was just, I don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty depressing. Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, because we only had, a few clothes and our documents and our animals, but that's all. So everything was gone, so.
It's a pretty tough road. I mean, you feel helpless. You don't have anywhere to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But we did stay in an apartment that the Methodist Church had in Canadian for a while until we figured out what we were going to do. And we're still in a rent house in Canadian, so. But we're rebuilding out there, so.
That was my next question. We're coming up on.
It's been tough, honestly, but I find myself spending a lot of time out there just trying to oversee and try to rush things along. I don't know why, but yeah, it's been tough, but it's been good. It's a learning experience. I think it was good for the kids, just knowing that it doesn't matter, anything you have can be taken anytime, and I think it's a huge life lesson for them, and it'll make them better in the future.
I agree.
No, you're good.
Actually, I have a
I just think it'll make them better individuals going forward. Show them that there's people that go through stuff all the time. Be there to help them rebound. Help people any way you can.
Yeah, not just physically, but emotionally be there, Because I think there's a lot of things that go through. I mean, it's a loss, so it's just, I don't know. I know they felt anger, because people would talk like, well, this about my house, or I have this, and they just had a lot of anger. I did too, because when people talk about petty things, I'm like, does it matter? I don't have my house, but, so.
It's like grief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People don't realize because you lost your home, so you're mad, you're angry, nothing else
Yes.
matters.
Yeah.
But we just can't, this just teaches them that life has a lot of changes, all kinds of loss, so.
Yep. Be there to pick others up when they're down and try to help a lending hand, and just be good people. Yeah, I never want to leave. It's amazing the love and support that not just us, everybody's seen, and coming back the afternoon after the fire, already had a truckload of hay set.
Yeah. And people around here care because they've had survivor grief. Like they feel guilty because they have everything, their house, So that just shows you how much they care about you.
Yeah.
What would you say to the people in this community?
Thank you for everything. Thank you for being there physically, emotionally, everything.
Spiritually.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. So.